Hello! Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Azzy, and for those of you who do, welcome back. Today, we are doing something that we haven't done in quite some time since I first started my channel, and it is a mindset talk. For those of you who have been watching me since the beginning, I did do a couple of mindset videos and I'm still going to do those. I just stopped because I don't really know how to explain it, but I just felt like it wasn't the time for me to really express myself in that way yet. So I kind of put it on pause. But I did have a topic today that I've been going through personally, and I feel like I just needed to talk about it because I know that a lot of people go through this and feel this way. So if you've seen the title is a little bit almost dark, but it's really the best way for me to describe this emotion. We are going to talk about jealousy. The title is Jealousy is Poison or Poisonous. Now, I'm going to start there. What do I mean by that? I read in a book, and unfortunately, I don't remember which book it came from. I read that jealousy is one of the most poisonous or the most poisonous emotion that a human can feel. And the reason for that is because it can really mess with every other emotion. It can really bring down your self-esteem. It can make you overthink. It can make you judge yourself and others. It can make you doubt yourself. It can make you think very negatively about yourself and others. It can also bring down your self-worth. So being jealous ripples into a lot of other emotions and areas in your life and can affect them very negatively. Of course, jealousy is a natural emotion that we've all felt at some point in our lives, but I think that when it becomes excessive, that is when it can start to feel poisonous and poison your life. You can feel it in your relationship. You can feel it within yourself. You can feel it towards others. You can feel it in your career. You can feel it in some skills that you do or some hobbies that you do. So you can literally feel it in every area, physically, emotionally, mentally. So the reason why I wanted to give you examples now is to talk about like how this emotion can be so poisonous and how to navigate it, how to get out of this jealous mindset. So let's get into it. First things first, there's different forms of jealousy. A lot of it though does have to do with other people. Now to think about this, why do we feel jealous of other people in the first place? It could be because they have something that we want that we don't have, right? Or it could be looks, it could be materials, it could be friendships, relationships, anything in life, right? When we start comparing ourselves to that person or people, I think that like really reflecting on it and thinking about like, why do I feel jealous in the first place? What is my current circumstance right at this moment, my current mindset, my current thought process that I'm leading to jealousy more than anything else at the moment? I mean this in the most sincere way possible. I don't mean this at anybody or anything, but a lot of it has to do with insecurity. So jealousy can link to insecurity most of the time. Feeling insecure is not like a shameful thing. It's a natural thing. We just want to make sure that we're not feeling this way all the time, right? It's okay to feel it once in a while because we all will. It's a human thing. But we just want to make sure it's not impacting us negatively continuously. So once you realize that, once you're like, okay, I feel jealous because I have been comparing myself or I have been feeling this way towards somebody, think about why, right? And like I said, most of the time it's an insecurity. Once you find that, once you pinpoint it, what it is, then it's like really sit down and think about it, or just take a moment, like a moment of silence, honestly, or like what I'm doing. You don't have to record yourself, but just talk to yourself or just sit there and kind of navigate these thoughts and be like, okay, I've been feeling this way and it's not the person. That's what we need to realize. It's not their fault. It's not. It's a reflection of ourselves, and it's not our fault, but it's we are the ones that are making ourselves feel this way, not the other person, right? And this allows us to not hate the other person or despise the other person or want them to do bad or want them to do less or want them to be uglier or want them to be less successful. Now, I'm just saying this because I feel like when we are in a jealous mindset, sometimes we think that way and we're like, hold on, like what? I don't want to wish this upon a person. I don't want to feel this way about another person, right? And when you like sit there and think about it, once you realize this person isn't doing this to me, even if they may have done something that makes it feel like they are, at the end of the day, we are allowing that person to make us feel that way, right? Even if that person is intentionally trying to make you jealous, it's up to us to decide whether or not we're actually going to let them make us feel that way. So that in general, that kind of mindset shift just really helps us step away, kind of separates us from that person, helps us kind of just take a step back and see the bigger picture, right? Because when we are feeling an emotion like this that negatively impacts us, like anger as well, anger can narrows our focus, it narrows our vision, it narrows our perspective. Jealousy does the same thing. We want to get ourselves out of that narrow view and we want a bird's eye view. So we want to expand it. Once we expand it, we realize like there's really no need for me to feel that way. But you also don't want to judge yourself for feeling that way. You know, I think that's something that I've learned is it's okay that I felt this way, but I don't want to judge myself for feeling this way. I don't want to make myself feel even worse for feeling that way. You don't want to bring yourself down for feeling that way. Like, wow, Azzy, you're so dumb for feeling that way. Like, you know, and I know that sounds rough, but it's true. Like, we can be really critical with ourselves and really mean to ourselves. So we want to make sure we're not doing that, okay? And I know it happens. Once again, all of this happens because it's a natural thing, but we don't want it to continue. Find the reason that you felt that way. And I'm pretty sure that once you like kind of pinpoint the things that caused you to feel that way in the first place, even like thinking about it or saying it out loud to somebody or writing it down or whatever it is that you did to kind of figure out why you felt this way, you're gonna feel some relief. Because now you're not questioning yourself like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this way? You're not just doubting and antagonizing yourself and judging yourself. You're like, okay, I feel this way because of this. Once it's out there, you're like, okay, well, now that I know, I don't want to feel that way. And it's also, it's almost like that feeling kind of dissipates. Like it almost disappears. Like you're like, wait, I actually don't even feel that way anymore. Sometimes we just have these feelings that come from a situation and we think that we are jealous of that person. But then when we really think about it, we're like, actually, I'm not even jealous of them. You know, I was just going through something myself personally. That was kind of a lot. Ooh. Okay. My head looks so flat right here. It's like, it's a little tabletop. I need to kind of loosen it up. My last point here. As soon as you feel that jealous feeling, try to figure out why. Because if we kind of push it aside or feed into it, what happens? It starts to ripple and linger into other areas of our lives. It can lead to a mental breakdown. It can lead to feeling like you're in a crisis. It can lead to panic attacks. It can lead to anxiety, overthinking. It almost feels like the light around you is starting to close in and disappear, right? And we don't ever want to feel that way. The sooner that you pinpoint this emotion, such a strong emotion, it is so crazy to me how this one emotion can literally change your life for the best or the worst. So let's let it change us for the best, right? Let's let it change us in a wholesome way. And it's like, how the heck do I let jealousy change me in a good way? And it's by remembering that we are all humans. We are all trying to do our best, and competing against one another, competing against ourselves, being jealous of ourselves, being jealous of others is not going to help anybody. It can give you a little bit of motivation though. At the end of the day, when you pinpoint it, you're like, all right, you know what? I was feeling jealous, but I'm gonna use this as motivation. I'm gonna use this as fuel to better myself, not to be better than someone else, to better myself. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this conversation with me. I'm here for you. Just know this is a safe space for you, and feel free to comment what's on your mind or follow me on social media and reach out to me. And I hope that all of you beautiful souls have a great, beautiful day.